Good morning. Thanks for your company. This Tuesday, the 14th of July, I'm Jessica Ramir, Senior Market Analyst with Bell Direct. Well, we saw US stocks put the brakes on overnight because US inflation numbers rose more than expected over the year. US consumer prices up 5.4%. That was more than the 4.9% expected. So this acted as a catalyst for investors to take recent profits. But we mustn't forget Wall Street remains in record all-time high neighborhood because earnings are expected to lift Wall Street in the second half of the year as the US economy continues to recover from the pandemic. As for the indices, the S&P 500 and the NASDAQ both are down the most out of the major indices, down 0.4%. The real estate sector lagged the most, while the tech sector in the S&P 500 was the only in the black. Names like Pepsi, MasterCard and Visa made gains, while so too did the US-listed Domino's Pizza. So you could expect Domino's listed on the ASX DMP to perhaps follow. Now, what to watch today? Well, earlier the futures were suggesting a very flat start, a rise of 0.06%. Keep in mind, the New South Wales Premier Gladys Berejiklian tipped to announce an extension of Sydney's lockdown into the fourth week and possibly longer. With that being said, all this comes at a time when yesterday the government announced a bit of a lifeline. Small and medium businesses in New South Wales that are eligible will be able to get weekly cash payments of up to $10,000, while workers affected will receive $375 to $600 a week. Secondly, also keep in mind consumer confidence data is out today for July, expected to be weak because the lockdowns are continuing. Now, this could result in banks and consumer spending stocks seeing some profit taking, a bit of a pullback perhaps. Keep in mind though that CBA, the biggest of the banks, is trading around all-time high territory. Yesterday, it closed at $98.40. So we could expect to perhaps see some profits clipped. Now, thirdly, shining light through these lockdowns, I guess, has been commodities. Overnight, we saw the iron ore price rise again. It was up 0.4% overnight to $218 US. That's and a brand new record all-time high. Now, the iron ore price, we already know, is up 40% this year amid surging demand from China. So keep an eye on your iron ore favourites. The fourth area to watch today, perhaps some of the most traded stocks from yesterday. Flight Centre, they saw a lot of trades. Now, Flight Centre yesterday rose 1.7%. They saw their biggest jump in 7 days. It wasn't enough though to move Flight Centre out of this range that it's been trading in since May. It's been under the $16 mark rather. Now, most brokers think that Flight Centre will stay around these levels until restrictions ease, and then we could see some movement further. But it is still backed by Macquarie with a $17.50 target. As for trading ideas that could be worth a look, Adacel Technologies, ADA, they were reiterated as a bell potter buy with a $1.25 target. Now, that implies 28% share price growth in a year. Now, for those that aren't aware, Adacel Technologies is the air traffic control leader in the tech space globally, the leader in the field with a very strong cash position. As such, Adacel has been doing a share buyback program, so far returning 1% of issued capital to shareholders. Bell Potter says the buyback has got another 6 months to run, but it expects it to be on hold until after their full financial year results are released next month. Bell Potter thinks that buybacks will continue until January 2022, which supports further share price growth for Adacel. So keep that one on your radar. Lastly, as for trading ideas, bullish charting signals have been seen in INR, Novonix, NVX, and Carbon Revolution, CBR, and that's according to Trading Central. Have a great day. Stay safe.